Hey guys, this is Storm Boy 13 here, and we've got some dramatic weather potentially affecting parts of the UK by next week. It is, well, as we know today, it's Friday the 13th, not going to be an unlucky day. Weather-wise, it's actually a pretty decent day. A bit windy, but fairly dry, mostly cloudy, but not too cold today. 18, maybe even 19 degrees today. But generally, on the primary note, the most focused thing that we're going to discuss about is Hurricane Ophelia. Well, it won't be a hurricane when it hits the UK by next week, or it will be an ex-hurricane or probably a tropical storm, but it will be delivering some potentially powerful winds. Gusts will be about between 60 to 80 miles per hour. But where is it most likely to be taking place? Well, come with me and we'll find out whereabouts the storm may potentially head. But if it doesn't affect us on Monday, we could be seeing some unseasonably warm air. I'll mention that in a minute. Okay, yeah, still looking smart. Won't be every video I'll be dressed up like this. But anyways, but on a serious note, yes, we have got a storm warning for the UK for early next week. Hurricane Ophelia. Yeah, I know we've had names in 2005 and 2011. But yeah, and it's actually not across parts of the Atlantic Pacific Ocean across the US. It's actually across parts of southern Europe, around the Mediterranean Ocean. So, and at the moment, as I'm speaking, a Category 2 storm. But because the waters are significantly cooler, it won't be quite as a hurricane strength storm. But it could still be quite a big storm, just not, well, okay, winds may be around 80 miles per hour, but in terms of like type of storm, it won't be a hurricane. It'll just be quite just a hectic storm out, if it makes any sense. So let's go through more detail. As we know, the UK and Ireland, despite having some unseasonably warm weather this weekend, probably Monday into low 20s, other parts are bracing for the landfall of Hurricane Ophelia. As we know, as the storm is making its way north from the mid-Atlantic, the southwest of Ireland is expected to bear the brunt of the severe weather, which could bring winds of up to 80 miles per hour at least at this stage, heavy rains and high seas at the beginning of next week. So the Irish Weather Service, Met Eamon, has warned there is still a high degree of uncertainty regarding the exact track and evolution of the storm. A yellow weather warning is in effect. Hurricane Ophelia, as I just said, is currently a Category 2 storm and is expected to gain strength, as we know, as it moves northeast towards Britain and Ireland, according to the National Hurricane Centre. And then this image from the National Hurricane Centre shows projected path of Ophelia and predicted wind speeds. So, if I can look through there. So, if I can get the screen to focus. So, alright, there we go. So, this is the likely rain chances and how the storm may look like from next week. As I said, it's not likely to be quite as powerful when it hits the UK, but it's still quite stormy conditions. Alright, here's a quick video. So, as we know, for next week Monday, 55-65 miles per hour with some exposed areas seeing gusts of 80 miles per hour. So this is Ophelia. So as we know, the Met Office says that storm could bring around transport disruption, power cuts, building damage and large waves. There's lots of chatter from meteorologists online about how unusual this storm is. Irish and British residents will appreciate this. Neither country usually get anything close to really severe weather. Some key points highlighted by the weather writer Dennis Mercer with flipboards. Hurricanes don't usually form so far out to sea. Ophelia forms where hurricanes usually go to die. They don't usually head towards Western Europe, let alone Ireland and Britain. Hurricanes have been unusually frequent and severe this season. I'm kind of not surprised by that. Meteorology also points out just because the storm has shed its hurricane status, they can still be dangerous. The storm will have all the force and effects of a hurricane without the title of the name. Power outage, downed trees and flooding are possible across Ireland and parts of the United Kingdom. And this is very interesting. A hurricane is going to, well, I'm not saying it may be a hurricane, but a severe storm is going to hit the UK 30 years after Michael Fish legendary failed to predict one, so almost a third of a century onwards. And yeah, 30 years later exactly, this could be quite spooky. Although maybe around 16th, 17th. But the independent weatherman Michael Fish, who was in 1987, failed to predict one of UK's most catastrophic cyclones, has said he would love to have a storm named after him. Okay, the retired BBC forecaster famously told viewers not to worry hours before one of Britain's worst weather events in living memory, which left 18 people dead and cost around £1 billion of damage. So, Hurricane Ophelia is pretty weak by comparison to recent storms, which have ravaged the US and Caribbean. A reminder of their strength in chronological order: Hurricane Harvey, Category 4, top wind speed 130 miles per hour, 77 people sadly lost their lives, and damages $70 billion, £52.5 billion. Pounds. And Hurricane Irma was a Category 5, as we know, top wind speed 183 miles per hour, 134 people died, most of them in the Caribbean, damage is $62 billion, £46.5 billion. Hurricane Jose, Category 1, top wind speed 155 miles per hour, okay, one death, damages unknown, alright, whatever. Hurricane Ophelia is lingering in this position, which is partly why it is expected to take so long to reach Ireland in the UK. It's currently blowing winds of up to 105 miles per hour according to the National Hurricane Centre. It's not expected to reach British Isles until Monday afternoon. The route is said to be rather unusual for Atlantic storms. So, yeah. So, main thing is, guys, you can see from the video, most of Britain is likely to dodge the storm, but western parts of Britain, western Scotland, and particularly Northern Ireland and Southwest Ireland, is very likely to catch the impact of the severe weather. So we could have gusts of potentially around 80 miles per hour. So yeah, so it could be quite a hectic storm. So power cuts quite likely. Some trees could be down. It's still mostly full leaf at this time of the year, so they don't expect the whole trees to topple over from the force of the winds. Flooding is possible as well. Could have a lot of rain, and yeah, it's quite warm and humid at the moment. So just be aware of that. And we know winds at 80 miles per hour. We know there could be some slight damage to buildings, like chimneys could topple over, maybe a few slates off the roofs. And maybe even a few objects and furniture flying about. So that's why, at the moment, I'm very likely it's a yellow warning, be aware. It could be upgraded to an amber warning for be prepared. So please stay safe. I'll do an update about it next week, and this is, of course, I will be doing a very special video on Monday. I think you may know what it is, to be fair, if you can remember what happened 30 years ago. That's all I've got to let you know. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a like, comment and subscribe. If you want me to do any extreme UK weather events, global weather forecasting or weather vlogging, just comment below. And want me to do any more requests, you know what to do. Comment below. Alright guys, I'll keep you updated. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. If you're watching this recently, the storm is now out.